Hey everybody, how are you? This is Jim Prusak, physical therapist at the Pain PT, and today's discussion topic is going to be don't fight it, don't flee it, don't freeze it, but face it. So what I mean by this, guys, is that with our symptoms, we don't want to fight the symptoms, we don't want to flight them or flee them or run from them, and we also don't want to freeze up in the face of them. We actually want to face our symptoms head on as if they're hitting you in the face here and learn how to handle these symptoms for healing. Now, if we go into fight, flight, or freeze, we're going into parts of our nervous system that are not going to help us heal. They're going to amplify or keep the symptoms stuck. Okay, so that's why I say this. And you want to recognize in yourself, for you guys, if you're falling into one of those categories. Are you fighting against your symptoms? Are you fleeing them and avoiding them by not doing things, being scared of them? Or are you freezing up and you're frozen and paralyzed and numb and not able to move forward at all? Okay, if you're falling into any of these three states, and you can recognize them in yourself, they're just nervous system states that our body has. You could call them reactions as well to your symptoms. And what we're trying to do is identify these states and then move out of them into what we call a facing state. Now again, facing is very different from fighting. And I get this question a lot. Facing means that you're standing in yourself in a strong way, but you're not throwing punches at the symptoms. You're not fighting against them. They're actually coming and hitting you in the face. But you're not flinching, okay? You're not flinching, you're not backing down. In fact, what you're doing is you're walking forward and moving through the symptoms as they hit you in the face. So I'm always showing this, and you guys have seen this in my other video, where here come the symptoms, and here's you over here, and here come the symptoms, here's you. Now, if you guys come together like this, that's going to be fighting, if there's a conflict, right? Butting heads. So we don't want that. We also don't want these symptoms over here to push you back. Okay, that's flight. Okay, so here they are, they're coming, here's you, and you're like, oh shit, I better get back over here because I'm scared of these symptoms coming to get me. Okay, or here we are again, and here come the symptoms, and you just back up over here, and it's pushing you, and then you're here stuck. You're frozen. You're just frozen. There's no movement anymore. You're not running away. You're not trying to fight this thing. You're stuck. Now the answer is that we do none of these things. So again, here comes the symptoms, here comes you, and you guys do this. Okay? So as I'm going over here, the symptoms are actually going the other direction, okay? So we're crossing. Okay, that's facing it. And there's a period of time when you're moving forward and you're having to face these symptoms in your body, but you're not letting them stop you. And so the question is, how do we face our symptoms? Well, we need to face them in a calm, grounded, relaxed way. Okay, that's really important because we need to get our nervous system activated in the right state, right? We don't want to be in a fight state. We don't want to be in a two of the fear states, which is flight or freeze. We want to be in a calm, grounded, relaxed, settled state where we can handle these things. And that's the nervous system state of parasympathetic, or what they might call ventral vagal state in polyvagal theory, where we can handle these symptoms in the appropriate way, and therefore they'll pass and go as we move forward with our life. So guys, this is what you want to do. We want to face your symptoms, not fight them, not flee them, not freeze up in the face of them, but to handle them, okay? To handle them in a really calm, grounded way. Because why? They're not dangerous, guys. These are not structural symptoms where you need a surgery. If they are, go get that. If you need structural treatment, go receive that, and it should help. If it's not helping and the symptoms are chronic, there's a very good chance this is due to your brain and nervous system, which is more or less, you could say, a stressed out system. Okay, so our idea is to get out of stress. Fight, flight, freeze are stress states. Okay, they're states of stress. And your system may go into one of those states automatically. Your job is to catch it as quickly as you can and come out of it. I've had a number of people who have fallen into even that freeze state, which you could say is one of the deepest nervous system states to danger when somebody freezes up. And I've worked with people in that state, and we can move through that state and out of it. We don't need to be scared, stuck. We can actually move out of that state when it's happening and not let it take us over. Again, that's getting into this prefrontal cortex, getting the part of our brain activated that can learn how to face this. It's relaxing. It's not reacting to symptoms. So the facing state is a state of being relaxed, calm, grounded, and not reacting to the symptoms, because why? They're not dangerous, guys. You're letting them pass. You're letting them dissipate. You're letting them go. And then when you get your nervous system in the correct facing state, it starts to digest the stress chemicals, which are the symptoms. That's why it's called the rest and digest state. So your job is to put yourself in this state, which is the facing state again, and then move forward in your life from this state. And as you're moving forward, like I was showing you here, you're going to hit some maybe turbulence, you could say, of the symptoms. And how you handle them will determine your healing. How you handle the symptoms will determine your healing. Because you can't stop the symptoms from starting. It's impossible. They're too fast. They're too quick. How you handle them is everything. So guys, I hope this makes sense. I'm hoping you're gleaning some understanding from this facing state. We need to face these symptoms, and we got to move through them, because fear is going to what? It's going to make you avoid things. That's going to be the flight mode, or it's going to freeze you up. Okay, those are both fear sympathetic states. One is actually deep parasympathetic when you shut down. But the other one, the fight state, is an anger state, but that also is a sympathetic nervous system state that can just, get more frustrated, more irritated, more annoyed about these symptoms. You're just blowing them up. Okay, those are reactions. So let's face our symptoms, guys. Let's face these things head on. Let them whack you in the face, but it's okay. You know how to handle this. You're not going to blink. Look about it. I'm just calm. I'm not going to blink. I'm not going to react. I'm going to stay calm. And what's going to happen is this splashing me in the face of symptoms is going to eventually start to recede. As I start moving forward at the same time, I'm going to hit some clearing. It's like walking through the middle of a storm. Eventually the storm is going to clear. And you might hit some other storms, but that's okay. You know how to handle them. And in time, all this stuff's going to go, it's going to drop. So this is one way you can work with your symptoms, guys. Facing them, not fighting them, not fleeing them, not freezing them. Okay, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.